What up, though? You already know how I go. Make sure you smash like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment, you dig. Let's jump straight into this with no super long introduction. Here goes some advice for interviewers and people who are being interviewed. I want to share because if you tapped into me, then you likely to see this. A lot of people that tap in and do interviews with me or interview me, they tapped into the platform. One thing about me, right? I don't care if you got 50 subs. I don't care if you got 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, or like Al Prophet, 5, 6, 700,000. I don't care. I'm tapping in and I'm giving y'all the same energy, the same juiciness. Pause. It don't matter who it is. I'm giving you the same thing. Um, when and what's crazy is when you got a certain demographic. Before I get into the rest, if a guy like the ForumTv, he got a certain demographic. He might not got 100,000 followers, but his people tapped in, and they tapped into something else. And they tapped into something else. So when you got that organic base, that mean a whole lot. Now I don't have the most amount of subscribers or the biggest amount of views, but I can say I'm doing something that's working organically with not much cash behind it. I'm doing something that's working organically. So this is where my advice coming from just what I do. I've had my faults. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all too, you gotta stay in the algorithm. You can't be in and out of jail, in and out of relationship problems and things that affect your work. At a certain point, you gotta become a little bit selfish for it to crack. You feel me? And over the last 2 months, slowly but surely, this thing been picking way back up, and it's starting to crack and starting to put me in contact with people who wouldn't know who I am normally. People, grandkids and sons reaching into the prisons or reaching to their homies and that they grew up on and say, hey, this the kid, this woo woo. It's working. But let's get into this as far as the interviewers, man. One thing I notice and that I don't do is when you get footage from somebody, whether you recording it personally, they send it to you. If you trying to stay in the algorithm, if you trying to, show a good work ethic, why do y'all sit on the footage 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, a week or two? Like one guy, man, I rock with, he'll wait a month to upload the footage. Now the topics that you don't, the hot topics that you don't ask, the captions that you make, they out of date. They're not in the algorithm no more. So if something happened this week, why would you wait a week and a half, 2 weeks to ask the question when you could be at the top of the? Go look at the video I did on T.I. Son. When he first did it, that thing shot straight up to like 80,000, right? And I dropped the part 2, which I was supposed to do the first time anyway, but I was being lazy, didn't want to. I dropped that 3 weeks later. That thing's still like at 1,000 views. You dig what I'm talking about? Why y'all sit on the footage? When I come holler at you and get some footage and film for you, I guarantee you, it might not be the whole thing posted. It might not be a bunch of long, but I guarantee you I'm about to get like a 10-minute video out of what I got from you and about 4 or 5 clips within 24 hours. Like, we would have to be pretty inebriated for me not to turn that around the same day. And anybody that I interview, especially at recent time, yeah. Matter of fact, from the beginning, if I got Tapo G, which his stuff did well, Young Gil, Uccikhan, ex Uccikhan, that's more recent. Ask Juiced from the Beat Factory. How long did it take me after we did it to turn it around? Even though, those videos are a little bit older, but when we dropped them and I said the algorithm pick up when I'm gonna drop it, I did it. You can ask anybody I interviewed in the past. I dropped the same day. Maybe not in its entirety, but it's dropping. Why you gonna sit up and wait? But let's go on to the next thing. When you interview somebody, right? For example, I had a white guy. He drove over like 2 states to get footage from me and another person. Me and this other person that he interviewed, he asked a total of 10 questions, and wasn't none of it really about what got us in the algorithm or got us a platform. He didn't do nothing. Like, why would you pull up on somebody and drive that long to ask 5 questions? That don't make sense. Another thing too, when y'all get the footage, and maybe I need to start being more picky, or not even picky, because people might not know. Maybe I need to start being more blunt, direct. Somebody else told me that you need to start being more blunt, direct with people instead of beating around the bush telling them something, because no grown man want to tell somebody else something. You feel me? Because people got egos and pride and stuff like that. So I just let them do them. But maybe I need to start telling y'all more. Like when you do an interview. When you do an interview, right? First, ask some hot topics. Not just about what the person popping for, but ask some hot stuff and get, you feel me? When you get your hour worth of footage, right? Why would you only upload 1 or 2 clips on your Instagram and your TikTok and your Facebook? Why would you upload 1 or 2 clips? And then I see guys, they don't even upload the hot stuff that they ask somebody. They upload all the other, like, nah, upload the hot controversial stuff that's popping right now. And why would you only do 1 or 2 clips? If I got an hour interview with somebody, and go look. You see how many times I reposted minute clips out of longer videos of Uccikhan? You see how many times I shared it on Instagram over and over and over every day, every 8 hours? I'm gonna reshare the same post and mix something else inside of it so people can look. Like, damn, bro, how many times you gonna? I want everybody to see it, because everybody check Instagram at different times. You might not. It's people out there that don't log on Instagram for days. Every 2-3 days they might log in. So I'm about to drop that clip over and over and over and over. Uccikhan didn't have to tell me to tag him. He didn't have to tell me to send it to him. He didn't have to tell me. He didn't have to do none of that stuff. Chapo G didn't have to do none of that stuff. I'm popping it, bro. Off bail. I'm not doing this to waste my time. If you get an hour interview, 30-minute interview, 40 interview with somebody, minute interview, you should have no less than 4 clips out that interview. I might even take the same clip and put it at a different angle to make you think I'm talking about something different, and reword it a little bit different. Research your what do you call it? Your tags, your hashtags. Research which one's popping, or you can pay $4.99 a month to get all the trending topics or trending trigger words of whatever you know genre you in. I ain't wasting nobody's time, homie. You feel me? Another thing, when you interviewing somebody, you let them talk. If you look at and I ain't perfect, I'm just saying this is what I do, and this is why people mess with me. If I interview a person, I'm not, once I ask you a question, you get into your question a little bit, I ask you another question. You know what I'm saying? We having a conversation, but trust me, you can tell I'm the pupil and that's the student. I mean, excuse me. I'm the pupil and that's the master. I'm the student, that's the master. Go look at those interviews and see how many times I interjected over and over. And I wait till a guy stop. Hey, let me ask you this. To piggyback off what you just said, not to move on to a different topic. You know what I'm saying? There's just key little stuff, man. If I interview somebody, this is another thing that I don't get, right? Shout out to DeadzoneGeneral, bro. Shout out to DeadzoneGeneral. Right? I think Uccikhan did it. Juice did it. Even Young Ill did it. Young Ill not even computer savvy at all. When I dropped it, they reposted their own stuff. Site Shotter did it too. You know, certain people did it, but certain people I interviewed, they never reposted it, or they might have reposted it one day in their stories, and that's it. You got to promote your own stuff too. I got a certain audience, and it might be totally different from yours. And then they see the connection, like, oh, okay, yeah, I heard. And they put it together and they look at it and make it seem bigger than what it is. You got to share your own stuff, man. Like I said, shout out DeadzoneGeneral. He shares his stuff every other day, or excuse me, every day. You feel me? Like, let's get a 2-3 day run of resharing your stuff. Why wouldn't you? Y'all see DawgFace? I keep giving that man his props because he doing such an excellent job, man. He had an interview with the Forum magazine, and I mess with the Forum magazine. This ain't no hate, no nothing like that, and don't take it that way. Forum magazine, I had to text him. I text Forum magazine. I said, bro, why are you sitting on DawgFace cracking the algorithm, homie? Why are you sitting on them clips? I did it respectfully as possible, right? But why you didn't upload more clips? His response, I got the wife, the kids. We all do, homie. Off your phone. I don't care if you on break at work. I don't care if you at a hotel with a chick. You could take 10 minutes out, find a minute or a minute 30-second portion, and keep posting it. DawgFace in the algorithm. Why wouldn't you read? DawgFace has reposted his interview from different platforms more times than they reposted it. Took more clips out of it than they have. That don't make no sense. Give me an interview with DawgFace. I don't care if it's 45 minutes. I guarantee you I'm dropping 6, 7, 8 clips the same day. Hashtags and all. When you get something like that, that's a meal ticket to blowing you up. And that's a platform to help blow him up. Like, y'all working cohesively, that's gonna blow, man. That's why I commend brother. Like, how he got more clips up than anybody else. Unless you already got a big platform like the Mogul Mind State, which is he doing an excellent job, bro. And then he letting people talk. And then you know what I like about him too? He not just trying to be nice to the viewer. He'll ask you, do you think you're a failure? Shout out to the Mogul Mind State. He'll ask you, do you think what you doing working and cracking? The questions people want to hear. He caught me off guard when he said the thing about the girls eating the buns and all that. Like, no, I ain't knocking you, homie. I'm just saying that's honesty and realness at the highest form. Y'all said the brother Juice. The brother Juice is the one, and he is. And you know what I like about Juice? We'll get into that. But that's just some of the game I want to give you off just what I learned. You feel me? Or if you tap in with me, another thing, if you tap in with me, right? And a lot of y'all narcissists, y'all think y'all smarter than what you are. Like, you got a guy with 30 subscribers, he'll tap in with you, and y'all get to talk, and he'll ask you a question, and you trying to school him. He'll find a way to make the conversation. He'll cut you off, find a way to make the conversation about himself and all the great ideas he get. Well, if you got all these great ideas, nigga, why ain't none work for you? Why you been blogging 6, 7, 8, 10 months a year, and you only got 50 subscribers? Obviously, that shit ain't working. Y'all got me cursing. Y'all know I don't even curse. Well, obviously, it ain't working. And it's not to call nobody out. I'm gonna give you an example. I don't even know what his page name is because it's so long. Like, the brother McQuarrie, he been on my page. He tap in with me. I say, bro, you got to shorten the name up, bro. Like Al Prophet told me. When Al Prophet told me shorten my name up, I shortened the name up. So, I had Petty, Tupac, Vinci, Ill, something TV. He said, man, shorten that up. That's too long. Ain't nobody gonna remember that. And he right. So, Petty, Tupac, TV. That's how that came about. I'm glad he gave me that advice. I took it. He's clearly doing better than me. Why wouldn't I take advice from him? Do I want to take financial advice for the guy that only got 5,000 in his bank account? Or do I want to take financial advice, which I'll take it from him too, but who do I rather listen to if I had the time? The guy with 5,000 or the guy with 100,000? Or the guy with $1 million? Obviously, he's doing something that's working that I don't have. You dig what I'm talking about? So I tell the brother, McQuarrie, his page name was like US 31 CC Moorish American 82 ill. Like, it's like 10 words. I say shorten it up. You know what he's shortening it up to? 7 words. I told him go from 10 words. He went to 7 words. Bro, 3. Or I have a conversation with him about something. You know what he do? He'll make the conversation about himself. with all these great ideas, but ain't none of them popping. It's beginning to frustrate me when I talk to some of y'all, bro. It'd be like, or a guy call me, he got all these great ideas. Let's do this, let's do that. You know, I want to shoot a movie or I want to shoot short film, and ain't got $1 to put behind it. I talked to I forget his name in prison. I talked to somebody's son. He had all these ideas about his pops and his stories and all that. Okay, yeah, that's gonna take money. Okay, the conversation got a little bit different. Nowhere to be found. Didn't want to, or a person hit me up, and this is another thing I don't get, bro. When y'all hit me up, I got a true crime platform. The best thing I could do for you to get you views is put a snippet of your video or your work in between. And first off, I don't care if you pay me. It's not a significant amount of money that I'm worth right now to alter how I feel. So if you paying me $30, $40, $50, if the song is whack, I ain't posting it. A lot of y'all be hitting me up with some trash music, man. Your own mama won't even listen to it. Your girlfriend don't even know no words to the song. She love you to death. Your wife, she love you to death, and she don't know no words to your song. This is not a music platform, homie. I could do that for you, or on Instagram, that's a little bit of better algorithm. I could post it for you, repost a snippet of it, or put it in between my video and get you some views and some traction. But as far as coming on and doing an interview, if you're not a legend already or have nothing to talk about, people want, or that ties back into the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like a rapper that could come on would be Big Herc or Jay Nutty, because not only can they talk about rap, they could talk about what was going on in the streets at the time, how hip hop, this form of hip hop was started. What they, you know, those are legends already. If you just a dude that's 60 years old rapping about the alphabets, what make you? Why would I want to interview you, homie? Just think about it. What possibly would my base of supporters, what would they get from an interview with you? Even with marketing, that thing might do 500 views. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Or a guy hit me up, hey man, I want to talk about the U.S. Constitution. If you're not relating this to a current situation that's going on, nobody want to hear that stuff, man. And also another thing, man, don't be like me. Don't be in and out of jail. Don't be halfway in it, halfway out. It's loud now, so I'm gonna get out this thing, man. Peace and blessings be upon y'all.